AM 970 WSTX.
Been getting some good feedback that folks who were not able to listen to the show could go to YouTube, to the Douglas Canton channel, and check out the shows that are there. And it's great because it means that the show doesn't just go off into the atmosphere and disappear. It's there for you to be able to go back and look at it. And to the extent that anything we talk about is controversial, it's a way to keep people accountable as to what they said. So when they mean what they say and they say what they mean, that's fine. If they misspeak, they can always apologize and turn around and come back. You know, the bottom line isn't to catch anybody. The bottom line is to make the information available to you. All right. You know, one of the things we have here in the Virgin Islands is short memories. Anybody get up and say this and say that and say the other, but then later on, as other things come up, other controversies, other things that tend to distract people, people tend to forget. Okay. Anyhow, we got a lot of interesting things going on, and we're going to be having some guests this morning. But before we get to that, I just want to not really get on the soapbox, but just talk about a couple of things. First of all, there was a big to-do about 2 weeks ago, and I was in the studio on another show with regards to a certain nominee commissioner and whether or not he had a certain degree and whether or not he had compromised himself or otherwise put his character in question. Well, you can see, at least on the source, I don't know if it's in the other papers, but he has presented his degree. All right? So there's nothing ambiguous about that. A degree is a degree. The good appointee also claims, according to the report, that the university wrote him an email, in essence apologizing that the process had gone the way it went because of certain things that didn't happen in a timely manner at the institution. Not to say that the institution did something wrong, it's just that you could buy a brand new car and drive it off the parking lot and get a flat. Anything can go wrong. You're dealing with people, you're dealing with equipment, you're dealing with things that can fail. And it's not whether they fail, it's whether you fix it. So here it is. We fixed it. So now we have a degree. So hopefully with having the degree now, we can focus on the more important things like jobs, roads, crime, education. Yeah, let's get back to the big stuff. All right? Good. We need some fixes for those kind of things, all right? Now, another one that's close to my heart, Gallows Bay. I was talking with a good friend of mine that I ran into at the bank the other day, and I wish I was there to get some money that belonged to me, but that's not why I was there. But anyhow, there seems to be a misconception that the statement from the Port Authority is saying that the tanks with fuel, read explosives, not fuel, think explosives, and chemicals, think hazmat. A spill of chemicals mash up Gallows Bay, water, whatever the case may be. Okay, damage people in process, possibly, fire, possibly. All right, that's what you think about. But anyhow, there seems to be a misconception that what Port Authority said is that those things aren't coming into Gallows Bay anymore after August 1st. And again, I'm referring to the source coverage, but from what I recall that I read in the other papers, I think it's the same thing, which is that Port Authority is saying that after August 1, they can't store tanks at the Gallows Bay Marine Facility anymore. So all those tanks you see pile up, they have to go. All right? That's one of the things that it said. And it also says that a ship that can bring in addition to other cargo, as many as 3 of those gas containers or chemical containers. Now, the question that I keep putting out there as food for thought for everyone is that what would happen if just one tank had a mishap and there was an explosion or a chemical spill? Just one. The boat bringing one, the truck pulling it, it have an accident, it hit something else with a sharp edge. Next thing you know, gas leaking. Next thing you know, a little spark somewhere, and boom. What happens to the whole of Gallows Bay, across the bay, Schooner Bay, and where I am at my house, I could look right down into Gallows Bay, and I could see that the blast coming up there too. So if people feel safe, all right, if you want to feel safe, that's one thing. I prefer to be safe than to feel safe. All right, so this is why I'm pointing this out. So folks, just know that in everything that I saw in the release information from the Port Authority, ships can come in with as many as up to 3 of those containers. All right, and that article in the source is June 30th. Okay, now what is it that is prohibited after August 1st? All right, tanks used in the transportation of petrochemical materials in any form will not be allowed to be stored at the Gallows Bay Marina facility. So that means that when that boat comes in with those 3 tanks full of fuel, what Port Authority is also saying is that there needs to be a truck there to hook it up and take it out that same day. Doesn't say that same minute, but that same day. So the tank might sit there from 7 o'clock in the morning if the boat pull up at 7 o'clock in the morning till 4 o'clock when the truck show up to pull it. Or if they only have one truck, that means that they got to pull one tank at a time, so the tank's going to be there throughout the day, subject to whatever traffic and everything is going on in the place. We're not being picky here. We're trying to be safe, because all it takes is one tank exploding there. The Gallows Bay Marine Terminal is not the place for that kind of activity, and I would challenge them to show me and the community, because it's not about me. Show the community that you have a fire plan in place that could deal with an explosion, that you have a hazmat plan in place that could deal with one of those tanks having a spill in the Gallows Bay area. Show me the plan. And I think this is part of what they're running from too, because the bottom line is when somebody complains on a higher level and then it starts into investigation on a federal level, then they're going to have some answering to be done. I'm saying don't wait for that. Don't wait for that. Figure out how you're going to stop all of that type of heavy petrochemical motion going on down on the Gallows Bay Marine Terminal. All right, and those are the two hottest things on the plate in terms of the not so positive, because we try to keep to the positive, and that's why I make sure I'm saying I'm not complaining about the tanks. I'm telling you what needs to happen for people to be safe, so do it. Don't do it because I say, you don't have to do it my way, but do it, because it's not about me, it's about the community. You have an explosion, it's a community going to suffer. All right. Okay, a lot of interesting things going on. Cecily, you reached down Frederickstead yet to see that mural on the ground there that they painted?
No, not yet. I'm actually going to be down there this weekend, so I'll definitely go and look.
Well, folks, if you haven't been to Frederickstead lately, I think you need to go to Frederickstead and drive down King Street. Right there, they basically call it the main road running through Frederickstead. Okay?
My friends sent it to me on Facebook, and I'm like, wow.
Yes, it is beautiful. It was it is a product of the community. Everybody got together, volunteered, organizations contributed paint and so forth and so on. Looks beautiful. So go down and check it out. And by the way, this weekend they're going to be working on a mural right there by the bus stop. Okay? And I believe that's university-bound folks working in conjunction with the community and Clean Sweep Frederiksted. Go check it out because they've already started. The outline was on the wall. They already started filling it in. So from Siam Farm to West, things are looking nice and beautiful. I see there by Department of Health going up toward Pueblo that they've been cleaning out the sidewalks from all that dirt and grass that has accumulated there over the years. Hey, kudos for doing that. I mean, I want to know why you didn't do it sooner, but thank God for every blessing. All right, let's be positive here. All right. But I also threw out a challenge at the last show to all the businesses that have any type of connection with the road, meaning that you have a sidewalk, your business is located next to the road. I have a challenge I'm putting out to you. Take pride in the adjacent sidewalk property. Clean out this grass and dirt. Make sure that the drain clear. It ain't cause government put it there that you got to say, well, to government own and let them clean it. There's a thing called civic pride and personal pride and community pride that when I was growing up, there was a whole lot of more of it going around. And I'm saying it ain't dead. We just have to feed it, nurture it, take care of it. Okay, anyhow. So you see, folks, plenty of good things going on, but so much more we could be making to happen. So let's make it happen. Let's work together, let's team up, and let's do it.